Hi guys, just Matt here. Just wanted to shoot you a quick video on training nutrition. I know a lot of people have been asking me recently about how to eat in and around training, how to refuel the body, how to make sure we maintain the muscle mass that we're so dearly looking to look after. I've written obviously a lot of articles, and I thought that I would like to just shoot a quick video on this one. Writing an article on this might not be quite as I think I can do it a bit quicker by talking about it anyway. So, and it'll also hopefully be a little bit more interesting for you as well. So, training nutrition. I'm going to keep it real simple. There's a reason for that because it doesn't need to be too complex. Okay, it really is basic. The principles really are that timing is everything around nutrition. Okay, we're looking at nutrient density, not calorie density, when we're looking at our foods. Okay, so we're still sticking to the principles of natural and clean foods. Okay, nothing too sugary outside of the window, and we'll talk about that. And nothing too fibrous immediately post training. Okay, they're the four principles that we'll just make sure we look after. The reason why we don't go too fibrous immediately post training is because we want our body to be able to absorb everything as quickly as we can. What the trouble is with fibrous foods as well, and they do a great job, okay, because they slow down the transition of foods through the gut, enabling us to absorb a lot of the nutrients from our other foods. But immediately post training, we don't want the blood flow to be diverted to the center of the body. We want to be able to get the waste products away from the muscles, excuse me, and be able to get the nutrients to the muscles. So if we've got if we eat loads of fibrous foods and it's taking a lot of digestion, then we're going to divert a lot of that blood flow to the center of the body, to the digestive organs, and we're not going to be able to replenish the glycogen stores in the muscle like we need to. If we don't do that, then we start eating away at the muscle that we're trying to preserve. Our resting metabolism goes down, okay, and we end up losing the muscle mass that we want to keep. We don't burn the body fat at rest, and as you can see, it sort of escalates. So it is really important that once we've done our quality training, that we then back it up with some sound nutritional principles. Okay, so pre-training, you want to be thinking like getting liquids in. Okay, so I like to make if you want to make yourself a quick smoothie, and it doesn't have to be completely fruit based. In fact, I would recommend that it's not completely fruit based. I'd certainly look to put something in there that's got some protein in it. Non-fibrous. Okay, so you want to be using, if you're going to do that, then things that are really easily broken down. So melon, banana, that kind of stuff, really easily used, because at the end of the day, that's the reason you're eating it. So a banana omelette, if you can stomach it, is actually really good. But 15 to 30 minutes prior to training, we're talking about here. So really, it is immediately pre-training. So I'd say that's probably a bit too close for most of us. And also then, like we said about earlier, we don't want to be diverting the blood flow to the central organs when we're trying to pump as much blood to the muscles as possible. Do you see what I mean? So it needs to have a very low stress on the body. Obviously, it wants to be light. So one of the things that works really well is coconut oil. Sounds quite bizarre perhaps to you, but actually a teaspoon of coconut oil is like rocket fuel. Okay, and if you're feeling a little bit low on energy, a teaspoon of that, 15-30 minutes before training actually works a treat. I actually mentioned it to a personal training client one who couldn't quite believe it, tried it herself, and worked really well. So, but it is all down to individual preference. So if that's your if you don't actually like eating pre-training, then don't eat. I'm just saying that if you do want to and you want more energy, then this is one solution. During training, okay, so I'd say water. Unless you're exercising for longer than 1 hour, I wouldn't bother with anything other than water, particularly if your goal's for fat loss. Different if you're a diabetic or something like that, but generally water is everything you need during training, particularly if you're doing the sort of training that I would advise for health, which is short, sharp bursts of interval training. The longer than that, then maybe you want to consider making up your own isotonic drink. So in terms of ratio, you're looking at probably about 200 millilitres of some pure juice, whichever one you like, really, with 800 milliliters of water, a little bit of sea salt in there as well to replace the electrolytes that you lose when you sweat. Okay, but if you're doing, if you've been doing a blast fitness camp, or if you're doing personal training at the FA Fitness Studio with Mike or myself or any other trainer, then I would certainly suggest that water is enough for that session. All right, immediately post training. Okay, protein and carbohydrates. Again, non-fibrous fruits, because we don't want to divert the blood and the blood flow away from the where it needs to be, which is to take out the waste products and replenish. Okay, so I would again suggest something like eggs. Why do I keep saying eggs? Well, eggs are one of the most biologically available sources of protein you can get naturally. Okay, and I'd also go for some carbohydrate as well here as well. So I know I always talk about the banana omelette or like a pear omelette or something like that. Something that's not too fibrous in terms of your carbohydrate. Again, very, very good. Here, cinnamon's awesome to add in because it regulates blood sugar levels. The other thing you could do perhaps is to, again, make yourself a smoothie. In there, and I would limit the fats at this stage because you want to keep the digestion as fast as possible and replenish the stores that you've just used. Okay, so avoid fibrous foods and fats to some degree, but immediately post-training. Okay, eat more simple carbohydrates. Now, generally, you don't really want to be eating simple carbohydrates, but immediately post-training and pre-training, okay, there's an argument that the insulin spike that it produces is really, really useful for us. So, bananas, melon, protein, carbohydrate mixture. Okay, if you're a vegetarian, this is your chance to get your branched chain amino acids supplement in. Definitely at this stage you need to be getting that in, and also your vitamin B12 because you're not going to be able to get it from your lean meats. Okay. 1 to 3 hours post. So again, like that's your immediate one. Then an hour later you're looking to get some solid food in. Okay, but that's liquid based. That last one really. I mean, you can still drink your eggs and your banana all blended up, and it's absolutely fine. Protein and carbohydrate. General rule, some good fats in at these 2 meals, but not too much, okay? No calories to be drunk an hour after training, okay? So, I know I've mentioned about drinking, the water, or if for any reason you're taking a protein supplement, then you don't want to be drinking that after this time, okay? There are natural protein supplements out there which you can get. After this time, I don't think you need to be drinking them, okay? Type, we're looking at meat, fish, lentils, some goat's cheese like grilled halloumi, Greek yogurt. You can mix that in with, you can have like a little bit of linseed in there or something like that, which will give you good fats as well. Wild rice, brown rice, vegetables, beans, oats, quinoa, and amaranth. Okay, so those sorts of carbohydrates, the ones I mentioned there latterly, okay, really, really good. Obviously, vegetables are a little bit more fibrous. Some good fats up here as well. Avocados, always forget to mention them. Almonds, etc. Not too much at this stage though, just a few. Okay, so 1 hour and 3 hour post training. Okay, predominantly protein and carbohydrates still. The other meals, so outside of that window of training, okay, remember that's 3 hours out of 24 where you want to be thinking protein and carbohydrate generally. Okay, you really want to be snacking on proteins and fats, okay? Small amount of carbs, they're going to come from the vegetables. There's going to be a small quantity of fruit here, and I'd strongly recommend if your goal is fat loss, okay? Or health in general, to be honest with you, that the fruit at this stage wants to be berries, okay? Because of their antioxidants, okay? In terms of the meals, you can look at them however you like. You guys have probably got much better ideas than I have about the sorts of things you like to cook, but I would stick with things like fish, avocado, okay, combination. There's chicken and chicken salad with almonds, okay. So you're looking to get your vegetables in with your protein, okay, and the good fats at this stage. Okay, so just to close this one up, these really are the things I think you should always have in stock. It's not a shopping list, an exclusive one, but I think that these are the things that you should, if you wake up whatever, and you see that you haven't got these things here. The only thing that's slightly different perhaps would be the vanilla protein or something like that. That's really there for those people who are looking to put on like muscle mass, etc. The protein powders as well don't have to be all chemically ridden. They can actually be derived from grass-fed animals. So if anybody does need to know about that, let me know, and I will point you in the right direction of those supplements. Looking through there, look, you can see like almond butter. You got the good fats. Okay, you got your spices here, which are awesome for revving up the metabolism. You got your raspberries, your blueberries, which are excellent antioxidants. You got your sweet potatoes, which are, by the way, a great little snack post-training. I love to rub a little bit of cinnamon in them as well. Coconut oil, avocados, red onion is a really powerful antioxidant as well, and good for the liver. And as always, having eggs in there as well. So, listen, I hope that really helps you. If anyone's got any questions, obviously, as part of the members site and a current client, I would love to offer you the opportunity to please question me on anything that you've seen here today. Have a great day, and I'll speak to you real soon. Take care.